Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Town manager's report on community senior project. John? And you're on mute, just to let you know.
Thank you. Thank you. Yep, the project's getting near completion. Again, the mechanical, electric, and plumbing is done. The air and water balancing completed. Windows and doors finalizing. Flooring's complete. Casework's been installed. The fitness equipment has been installed into the fitness room. The furniture has been moved in. The parks and senior services have moved into their location in the senior center, and anticipating getting the certificate of completion, substantial completion this week from the contractor. The concern right now is when to open the center to the public due to this increase in the COVID, the Delta variant, which sees a upward trend in people get. So our September 18th date is sort of on hold based on recommendations at this time by the health district that we need to, because they view the senior population as a vulnerable group, and we need to see a downward trend as far as new cases with the COVID. So at this point in time, we're sort of putting it on hold, waiting for some guidance from the health district when a good date would be. So again, it could be the 18th if I guess the trend starts working that way, but most likely it may be a week or two later before we can open it up to the general public.
Any questions for John?
No.
No? Okay. John, just keep us posted, I guess, as we get more information from Charles Brown at the Central Connecticut Health District. We could only hope that we are able to move forward on the 18th, but
yeah, that was his comments this morning. So
okay.
We'll see what happens when the map comes out on Thursday.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
We'll move forward with the update from Senior Services. Gina?
You're on mute.
I don't know how many times you do Zoom. You still on. I just want to say good evening, everyone. As John had said, we moved into our offices. They are beautiful. I love it. Nice and clean right now. Our senior September newsletter went out this afternoon to the printer, so we should be right on time. We are planning to mail it out again since we are closed. All our September activities are tentative due to the rising numbers. We've scheduled some in-person, virtual, and outdoor. So there's a combination of things on for the fall. In preparation for our grand opening and ribbon cutting, we had commissioned a new logo for the cafe. And it's actually a blue cobalt mug with the cafe on one side and the senior community center on the other side. So we're hoping for the best, but we don't know if we'll be able to use it on September 18th. We do have 60 people who have signed up to attend. So if and when we know, we will call the people and confirm the 18th or the new date once we have it. We also had 28 individuals sign up for tours that we were hoping to have starting today. So that is also on hold, but we're keeping track of everybody's name and number. Our lunch program is also on hold, but I did speak with Roy and he was open to having a vegetarian choice for people with dietary restrictions. So I was happy about that. A new membership application has been developed, and we're inserting it in the envelope with the newsletter this month coming out. We are going to be charging, it's still complimentary for Rocky Hill residents, but we're charging $20 annual fee for non-residents. I do anticipate an uptick in non-residents wanting to participate once they see what programs are being offered. So this was to try to give our residents some preference. On the other side of the membership application will be our little contest for naming our newsletter. We're renaming the Pivotal Press. That name's been around for 40 years. And at the time, the town was touting itself as the pivot point of the state. That was the tagline back then. So we've gotten several recommendations. We're putting them all out for people to vote on. And hopefully we'll have a new name for October. We created a new volunteer application. And this new application lists all the jobs we think we're going to need help with in the new facility. And it also has an area to authorize background checks. With having a daycare in the building, it was strongly suggested that we background check the volunteers that are coming into the building. So we've got that ready to go. We have sent out approximately 20 applications and we've already received 8 back. So people are interested in volunteering. So I'm very happy about that. We interviewed someone for the minibus driver per diem position. The candidate accepted, and we will begin the hiring process shortly. So we are hoping that he will start to do church runs beginning September 12th. We are still providing transportation. We've never stopped wearing masks on the van, and we're limiting the number of people at one time. As soon as someone gets off the van, the drivers are cleaning and sanitizing. So we're trying to be safe with that. We tentatively have scheduled a outing, dinner outing. It used to be called Get Out of the Kitchen. Now we're calling it Adventures in Dining, a little bit more sophisticated. And we're scheduled, it would be going September. Our Parks and Recreation Department is in the process of scheduling a staff CPR and first aid training. And all of our senior services staff, including the drivers and the dispatcher, will become certified or recertified in some of the cases. We are continuing some outdoor programs. The Zumba will be outdoors in September. We will have golf lessons, pickleball. We've added an evening beginner course. Someone called and asked for it. She's a working senior and she wanted something in the early evening. And I also got a request for a more advanced pickleball program for someone who's already knows how to play. So we've scheduled that as well. They're both one shots. We have some virtual options for the fall. We have 3 senior silver sneakers exercise classes, different times, different type of class. We're also doing Tai Chi virtually. We have a history 3-part series on JFK that will be virtual. Our library is going to help us with a Tech Tuesdays, which will also be virtual or by phone, by individual appointment. And we have a tour of the House of Seven Gables that's in Massachusetts. We sent out program evaluations for people that participated in programs in the last year, and we've gotten several back. Most of them are all positive, which is really good to hear. Some special events that we're doing for the fall include In the Know, which is a informal get together with different department heads. The first In the Know is with our town manager. We will have bagels and coffee if we're allowed to be in person. I haven't really gotten that far if we're going to do it virtually. I think it loses its touch when you're doing it virtually, so we may postpone that whole series. But we have the town manager, the police chief, the fire chief, and the library director for September and October. We're also doing a paint party, and this is going, because of the COVID numbers, we are going to do it as a grab and go and then virtual. So they will come pick up their packets, which will have all their paint, their canvas, their directions, the virtual link. They'll get online and the instructor will show them how to paint the pumpkin that we're going to be painting. And it'll also include a pumpkin tree of some sort. We have Party in the Park, which is with the Elderly Brothers. We're going to do it at Elmridge Park under the pavilion. And we have refreshments and the music. So, and it's all these things are free. I've been able to get sponsorships for these. They normally do here a birthday bingo on the first Tuesday of the month. So the first Tuesday in October, we're going to do a birthday grab and go. So everyone will get a cupcake and we'll have a little treat in there as well for anyone that wants to attend. And then we are going to do a jukebox bingo, and that will also be a grab and go, and that will be a lunch that's provided by a local retirement community. I also wanted to mention that the 2 flu clinics are going to be drive-by events at Elmridge Park, October 5th and October 14th. One was scheduled to be in person originally, but they've both been moved to outdoors for safety reasons. And that is my report.
Any questions?
I have one question on the application to become a member. They're going to be mailing that out, but that's not all the seniors. Will they be able to download it online if people that are not getting that? Yes.
We just put our volunteer application online, and the membership one will go as well. Good point though, Mimi. Yep.
Thank you.
Our website is in the process of being recreated. So John and I have been working on getting it going forward. So we're still kind of in flux, but hopefully within a few weeks, it should be up and running and have everything that we need on it.
Okay. Thank you.
No questions.
All right. Melissa, you want to give us the human services update?
Okay, so we have farmers market coupons for seniors that are finally in and available. So anybody age 60 or above just needs to call the office to pick up your farmers market vouchers. It lists on the back everywhere that they are accepted, to include our own Rocky Hill Farmers Market. So going forward, I know that a couple of the farm stands here in town and in Weathersfield also take them, so it doesn't have to be at a scheduled farmers market. Just give us a call if you're interested. Our food pantry is still open. We are very well stocked right now, and we're trying to get the word out. We are looking at putting a rare reminder ad in. There's been a lot of change with COVID restrictions, and we went from pre-packed bags to opening it back up for residents. We are still currently having only one person at a time, so you just call and schedule a time for pickup. It's currently open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 to 4. So one person at a time with a mask to come in and pack your bag. And then we are cleaning and sanitizing as the person leaves. So we're going to continue with that process. We want to throw out there that we are looking for volunteers as well. So our food pantry coordinator is in the process of changing some roles. So we're going to be looking to replace that, but we do rely on volunteers to keep the pantry open as much as possible. So with our space that's going to be moving over into the main town hall, it's going to be more important for us because there's going to be a distance where we can't easily run outside or see people outside when we need to open the door. So we're really looking to rely on volunteers to help us keep that open for short stints. We also currently have produce coming in from our local gardens. So we have a ton of tomatoes, we have some squash. Some things did better than others. So with this rain, we were able to get our volunteers to help us. Lori and I were out there Friday, and then the volunteers helped clean up the rest Saturday, but we do have fresh produce. So if you're registered to use the food pantry or you do need some, please give us a call and we will figure out a way to get that to you safely. I did just get confirmation. I know, Ed, you specifically asked at the last meeting, the Connecticut Street Legends car show, annual car show they do for us every year to benefit the food pantry is going to be September 9th. So that's usually runs around 10 or 11 in the morning for a few hours. I think it's done around 2 or so in the afternoon. So that's September 19th. They hold that up in the parking lot on the west end, up where the Dunkin' Donuts and Elizabeth's is Subway, in that parking lot.
September 19th or September 9th?
September 19th is the date for that car show. Renters rebate program is still currently going on. We sort of have a real good system. We have the drop box on the outside of the building. So if you're familiar with that program or you think you might be eligible, give us a call to discuss, and we will request the information, your paperwork from you. There's a few required pieces of documentation. We have you drop that off in the drop box or mail it into us. We will process your application and then give you a call and set up a time for you to safely sign that for us and send it into the state. You have the rest of the summer. So we're encouraging people not to delay too much on that, because we are going to be starting our holiday programs, believe it or not, relatively soon, and getting ready for that because fall is creeping up on us. So give us a call if you need to do your renter's rebate. And we have the Mayor's Golf Tournament coming up. That is September 23rd. So that here in town, the last email I saw, and we have a meeting later this week, but there are still a few slots available for golfers. But a lot of fun, it sounds like, going on up there. There's a lunch you can go to at the restaurant. Casamia's there. You can go just for the lunch. You can come up and watch, give a donation, just kind of get involved. So even if you don't golf, we are highly encouraging everybody to get involved safely. It is outdoors, so with masks, hopefully we can move forward with that, but we'll be reviewing what our safety protocol is for that at the next meeting.
Melissa?
Sir.
Yeah, and directing over to Gina with volunteers. If there's a senior that would like to volunteer, we have a hole-in-one contest on, and we need a proctors to sit there and watch for the hole, to validate if somebody gets a hole-in-one. So we could put a senior on there, and if they volunteer, they get their lunch for free.
Okay.
Melissa, you gave, you mentioned the farmer's market coupons for 60 plus.
Yep.
And you're seeking volunteers. If anybody wants to volunteer, what's the best way to reach?
Just give us a call here at the office. Our main number, well, you can call me directly at 258-2724, or you can call Nicole's line at 258-2793. We all have voicemails. If you call the number, you can get any of us. We all have voicemails. So give us a call directly, and we too have a form. We do a background check. We don't share anybody's personal. So all of the, everybody who goes through the process of applying to use the food pantry and being approved, they meet with human services staff. That has nothing to do with the volunteers. So just to put anybody's mind at ease, we have seen a decline in the use of the food pantry. And we do think there's a couple of reasons for that. Certainly COVID related issues and people being concerned about safety protocols. So I want to assure everybody we are following that. We've been diligent with that, and we will continue to do so. If somebody is more comfortable with a pre-packed bag being left outside with no contact, we are happy to make any accommodations for that. There's also been a lot of increase in state assistance for people specifically when it comes to that. So it's not that there's not necessarily a need for it, but I do think people are and have been reporting to us that they're being supplemented. And I know that there's another increase coming down via the state for those who get help with food insecurity and nutritional programs. So I think that's a little bit of why we're seeing a decrease in our food pantry, but we do want to reach out and remind everybody that because you get one doesn't mean you can't have both. So for instance, we certainly don't want to waste and we want to reach as many people as possible. But if it's a matter of supplementing with some healthier things like the produce right now, it doesn't mean you have to come and take what you don't need, but we certainly want to utilize some of the nutritional value and some things while we have a good selection right now too. So some canned goods can be stored up a little bit for winter if the weather is a factor, if it's difficult for a senior or a resident to get out at certain times of the year, if you have upcoming procedures or things, it is okay to come use it now. Let us know the situation and be able to stockpile a little bit or put some away if that will be helpful. So we just want to encourage anybody who is struggling or feels uncomfortable, give us a call. We make accommodations. If you're uncomfortable around anybody else, one of the staff will go over and do that with you. We've always been able to accommodate that. So we want to encourage people that if you have any concerns or insecurities when it comes to even other bills, sometimes it helps to offset the cost of grocery bills and helping take care. We do have some paper products. We do have some laundry soap and some other things, toothpaste, some other things that people may not think of when they necessarily think of food insecurity, but it's a donation base and we are pretty well stocked. And usually the holidays are a time where people are very generous as well. And we're expecting more donations. So we really want to encourage anybody that was using the food pantry or could potentially benefit to please give us a call and utilize that because we're well stocked and we're happy to help.
Great. Any other questions from Melissa? No? All right. John, do we have anything under new business?
No, nothing.
Okay. And I'll assume nothing under other?
no.
Okay, seeing neither one of those items, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Thank
Good
you.
night.